What's up, fellas? How are we doing today? So, I guess we know why we're all here this afternoon, right? Principal Skinner found you guys vaping in the boys' bathroom this morning. And in lieu of detention, I convinced him to let you spend some time with me. Because I think we could use this time a little more valuably together, talking about dangers and possible consequences of vaping. So hopefully afterwards you'll see for yourselves that vaping is kind of a stupid thing to get into. So let me start by saying you guys are definitely not alone. In fact, e-cigarettes are the most common tobacco product used by adolescents. According to the CDC, more than 3.5 million teens reported using e-cigarettes in 2018. That's it. 1.5 million teens more than 2017. That's a 78% increase among high school students and a 48% increase among middle schoolers. So, despite these claims that these things were made to help adults quit smoking traditional cigarettes, evidence proves otherwise, and it's creating a danger to kids. So much the Surgeon General of the United States just released an emergency warning about it. I, Surgeon General of the United States, Public Health Service, VADM Jerome Adams, am emphasizing the importance of protecting our children from a lifetime of nicotine addiction and associated health risks by immediately addressing the epidemic of youth e-cigarette use. The recent surge in cigarette use among youth, which has been fueled by the new types of e-cigarettes that have recently entered the market, is a great cause for concern. We must take action now to protect the health of our nation's young people. Know the risks, take action, and protect our kids. Okay, let's start with the basics. What exactly is vaping? Using an e-cigarette is simply called vaping because of the word, hey Pooh Bear.
Vapor.
Yeah, vapor. Good job. They're battery-operated devices, heat a liquid, they release an aerosol, and that's inhaled by the user. And this liquid is what contains the propylene glycol, nicotine, flavorings, and other chemicals. So adding to the problem is now that there's all these different kinds of e-cigs available. We got our vape pen, the mid-size e-cig device, the mod box, the USB, and the Juul. You know what they all have in common? They're all bad. You want to know why? Well, e-cigarette vapor may have fewer toxic substances than cigarette smoke, but users are still exposed to nicotine, which is a really dangerous and highly addictive chemical. And there's still other toxins, metals, and contaminants on top of the nicotine. So, these vape makers, they claim they're providing this healthy alternative to smoking. And most of you guys don't even know it's bad for you. And then they put them in these, cool designs. And then they spend millions of dollars on marketing trying to get you guys hooked on them. They make you think it's cool. But smoking isn't cool. You want to know what the reality of smoking is? Not cool. Not cool. Black lung? Mm-mm. Not cool either. And of course, death. Death, also not cool. That's the reality of smoking right there, guys. You know, smoking kills more than 480,000 Americans each year. That's just Americans in this country. Who knows what the global statistics are? And it's one of the most preventable causes of death and disease. It's great that adults and kids are smoking cigarettes less, but using e-cigs and other tobacco products are still very dangerous and far from a safe alternative. So when someone uses a nicotine product like a Juul, they absorb the nicotine through the lining of their nose, mouth, and lungs. That's how it gets into your bloodstream. When nicotine reaches the brain, it messes with your feelings of pleasure and reward and boosts levels of a chemical called dopamine. So when people use nicotine a lot, it changes the balance of chemical messengers in their brain. If a person stops using nicotine quickly, they disrupt this chemical balance and you get physical and psychological side effects. That's why they call it nicotine addiction. So you hear all the time that, oh, we don't know how bad the effects of vapings are. They're probably fine. But that's not true. The effects of e-cigarettes have been well documented. Effects of nicotine are well known to be bad for your blood pressure, respiratory rate, heart rate. It changes the brain's reward system. So one study in Medical News Today also said that the flavors are toxic for your heart. And the second found lung exposure to toxic chemicals like nickel and chromium. And another study this year explains that e-cigarettes may produce dangerously high levels of formaldehyde. Do you know what formaldehyde is? The stuff in science class keeps brains and stuff in. So, research just published in January 2018 found that mice exposed to e-cigarette vapor displayed DNA damage in the lungs, bladder, and heart. So this damage may increase their risk of cancer, heart disease, and lung problems. So researchers think, well, if it happens in mice, it's likely that it could do similar damage in humans. Okay, let's do some quick math. Average cost of a vape, about $50. You guys remember how many teen smokers? Yes, Simon. 3,500,000. You know what 50 times 3,500,000 is? $175 million. Yep. That's the potential that those companies are going to make off you. And just kids. That doesn't even include the flavor pods. Look at this. Even the cheapest vaping system is $35 a month. That's $420 a year. So, aside from screwing up your health, they're screwing your wallet. Guys, my point here is that there's a lot of money to be made. And it's to be made at your expense. These vape manufacturers, they're just going to keep telling you that vaping is safe, so you'll buy their products. They just want your money, and they want it for the rest of your life. So please, believe the science, not all the social media, the Instagram pics telling you that it's a cool thing to do. It's not. These companies spend millions and millions of dollars in social media to make you think it's cool. And they're lying to you. So don't be a sucker. Even if their poison comes in cotton candy or unicorn puke, it's still poison. So don't be ignorant. Now, the proven ways of preventing you guys from getting suckered into this: raising cigarette prices, restricting access by raising the age limit to 21 to buy cigarettes, regulating tobacco marketing and media campaigns. Well, those are out of my hands. Well, except for the voting booth. But what I can do is educate you and your parents about the risks and continue this dialogue with you and the rest of the school. Now, I realize that except for Pooh Bear and Mickey, this is your first infraction. So this is what's going to happen. First, district policy states I'm obligated to notify your parents. Don't have a choice. Clearly states in our school rules that e-cigarettes are illegal on all district campuses, and you all knew that when you entered the bathroom together. So, Timmy, Monty, Simon, Spot, today's your lucky day. You only have to deal with your parents. For us, you're getting off with an official warning. You're welcome. Pooh Bear, Mickey. Well, as you know, this isn't the first time we've had the pleasure of this conversation. So, here's what we're going to do with you. Just like over at the high school, what Principal LeMasters does, you're going to put together a presentation about the dangers of vaping, and then you're going to present it to your parents. You both have your second period PE this quarter, and I've arranged with Coach Carter for you to spend the rest of this week here in the Counseling Center to work on it that period. Now, all of you will receive some handouts for your parents as well, and I expect to get the confirmation sheets signed and returned by the end of this week, too. Any questions? Anything else you guys want to talk about while you're here? Okay, great. Well, thank you for your attention, and you guys have a great vape-free day. Take care.